I'm not going to be there. Alright, so we've got, he actually may, no, we got 2 more minutes, so it's going to play the next song. In fact, you know what, that's going to be a long song, so I'm going to swap it. You got 16 seconds. Yes. His favorite, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think I hate Fleetwood Mac?
Because that night at the party, when you were like...
It just kept, like, we were trying to party, not like, you know, smoke weed and...
It's actually going live, buddy.
We got your CAT scan back. And unfortunately, we did find something on the brain. A backwards fitted cap. You're a full-on basic bro.
Doctor, that's impossible. Only bitches can be basic.
I'm afraid bros can be just as basic. You refer to your friends as your boys. You love bacon so much that you ruin it for everyone else. And your preferred topic of conversation is how much you drank last night.
4 beers, 2 shots of Jack, 1 Red Bull, and vodka.
This is very serious, Gerald. Very seriously basic. Are you experiencing any other symptoms?
I guess I talk about high school a lot. I quote Barney from How I Met Your Mother here and there.
Probably rip on vegetarians, make unoriginal make me a sandwich jokes to your significant other?
Yes.
Shit is basic. The good news is, we caught your basicness early. If you can wean yourself off the guys only poker nights and stop referring to your basement as your man cave, you might be able to salvage a personality.
Actually, I haven't told you everything. I've noticed a strange feeling, like this area. I think I have a crush on Emma Watson.
Oh my God, that's basic.
Gerald, you really need to be upfront about all this basic shit.
You always did take pickup basketball a little too seriously.
But the real victim here is you, Lucy. Basic bros spend their days drinking on the couch with an unearned sense of entitlement. It's you who will have to pretend not to be humiliated when he very obviously checks out your waitress at Hooters. That's right, sister. He took you to Hooters. The kids too. Because he's basic. Basic as fuck.
Packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hour,
Sorry, I thought it was on.
9 a.m.
I was like,
And I'm gonna be high.
for some reason, I thought we put the 2 together. I thought the 2 were together. Because he said intro, and I was like, oh, okay.
You're listening to The Crush on KVGI X. And now your hosts, Chris Dilworth and Dr. Drew Day. Good evening, and welcome to another exciting edition of The Crush. We are your hosts, Chris Dilworth and
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew Day is in the house. Welcome back, Dr. Drew. And let me just say,
Yeah, say it.
don't ever leave me again.
I know.
You don't know what I had to put up with last week.
Well, it feels good. It feels good to be back. I tell you, we had a little vacation and then a little family action that I had to deal with.
It happens.
Here I am. It feels good to be back on the operating table or at
the operating table, scalpel in hand.
Yeah.
Well, before we start dissecting our local talent, thanks to Mark and Jana for sitting in for you last week. They did an admirable effort. Let's put it that way.
There we go.
No, but it was still a good show, and lots of cool things came out of that show. Not the least of which was some new live local talent in our many plethora of genres, our rock, our country, our hip-hop, R&B, and of course some sweet, sweet metal.
You gotta love it. You're salivating.
I just wipe that off. But before we get into the winners of last week's Crush It or Flush It, and we're going to do that soon, We need to kick off the show with a little segment we call the opening act. You should know what it's all about. Hey, we're 5 episodes in. You should know what the opening act is, right?
Yeah.
It's just whatever we want.
Exactly.
Without further ado, it's the opening act. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Works sometimes with another tone.
We're doing 2 from them.
Who is this?
Atomic Shift.
Atomic Shift.
Their second song that I put in the rock category smokes this one.
Really? Because I think this is the only one I heard. This is good.
The one that they submitted for the show. Spot on, man. Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to say something to you guys, so you can have this recorded. This is good news. Because of you guys, I have to say thank you so very much, because you guys have done something very good by bringing on some good people onto the show, and we've gotten exposure. So KVGI is being listened to abroad. We're hitting 8,000 to 10,000 people during the week. One of those special people, and we all know the person in this room, it's not in this room, but we know the person you guys have brought in this room, that has been in the multiple category, the same category every week, the same winner every week, has been listened to. Yes. And that person is Katrina Lynn, and she has been reached out from Mount Pleasant Journal, one of the large newspapers up there, to do a feature cover story. So they called me today. They called me for a couple of days. I finally had an interview with them. And so we're getting listened to. So not only KVGI will be listening, but it'll be The Crush, and she's listening right now as we speak. Go ahead.
Excellent.
Yes. And
did you see what I did on my Facebook?
Yes. Her name is Cammie, and so she's interviewing, did a photo shoot and everything with Katrina Lynn.
Yeah. Awesome.
So thanks, guys.
Look at us. Hey, making a difference.
Hey, it's one person, but that's what it takes to get started.
Right.
And to think we were just trying to get laid.
Well, I mean,
that's a long distance getting laid.
Well, not
just a small idea, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like, could we do it? And we didn't think we were going to be the guys sitting here. We were like kind of pitching it to you, like, what do you think?
Somebody do.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Let's back up for a second. You didn't think you guys would be doing
Not
it?
in the beginning, like when we were talking about it. We're like, they should
like,
get,
let's just tell them
like, they should get
to
some
do
more
something like
shows,
this.
you know, get some more different kind of shows.
But then you were like, oh yeah, y'all come do that, and we were like,
Us?
Okay, so I threw that in, and that's not what you were thinking?
Well, I think by the time we really pitched it to you,
Okay.
we were,
Right.
but
Yeah, we're
but in
the
the
guys
beginning,
Because by the time you guys put a dossier in front of me, I
Yeah.
knew.
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, cool. All right, so here we go. She's L.A. Dr. Drew, that was Atomic Shift.
That's right up my alley.
Something to tap your toe to as we get moving on this week's Crush It or Flush It, eh?
It reminds me of a group called the Bangkok Five, a total LA band that joined us with a couple shows when we were on tour, and it was just smoking. I mean, they talked about LA in songs, and it has that rock vibe. It's good stuff.
Well, let's hope Atomic Shift doesn't fall prey to what happened to who you were just talking about.
Oh, Bangkok Five?
Yeah, the Bangkok Five.
No, they're not around anymore.
No, of course not.
No.
Okay, Dr. Drew, last week in your absence, believe it or not, the world kept spinning and we kept spinning tunes.
Hard to imagine.
It is hard to imagine, but from last week, we have our 4 winners in our 4 categories. Are you ready to hear the winners from last week's Crush It or Flush It?
I'm ready.
Here's we goes.
Winner in the rock category,
I know your name,
Robin Lore,
but I
Rocket.
don't know you.
Winner in the country music category,
We don't see their
Katrina Lynn. angels don't always have wings. Winner in the hip hop category, Danny King, Party. Winner in the metal category, Chain Fist, Scars of Time. Congratulations to this week's winners. And now back to two guys who are playing with a tape measurer.
And that would be us. Dr. Drew, another week, another win for Katrina Lynn.
Win and Lynn just go together, I guess.
You know, you saw I had to change my Facebook banner today.
I saw that.
We have officially changed the name of the crush to Beat Katrina Lynn. So, you know, look, it's funny because I got to thinking about all the careers that come out of being a pro/pro-am musician nowadays. You know, a lot of the musicians that we hear, they're self-produced, self-engineered, and they will end up being engineers and successful engineers on or producers on major albums someday. Katrina Lynn, listen, if this country gig don't work out for you, you can be my promoter any day of the week.
She gets them going.
I mean, my goodness. So let's let people know how they can beat Katrina Lynn. And that is, you got to vote, vote, vote. You got to get your people involved, get your followers out there, get them listening, get them in front of that KVGI radio player. They've got a thumbs up and a thumbs down while your song is playing. Make sure they're hitting that thumbs up like crazy. Or if you hear a song that you don't particularly care for, hit that thumbs down. Also, hit us up on Twitter, @TheCrushKVGI, and give us a hashtag of Crush It and the band's name that you want to crush, or a hashtag Flush It for the band's name that you don't like. And you can also post on our Facebook. You need me to open your beer for you?
No, I want to try this plastic.
Yeah, try the plastic part. I got to return that to the Mercedes dealership. Now, there you go. Look at you.
Much better.
Big boy. Also, hit us up on Facebook. Post on our wall with a Crush It or Flush It and the name of your favorite artist. Also tonight, Dr. Drew, cross your fingers, we are going to give out the KVGI Crush Hotline number. So you can actually call and bother us in person.
I've been waiting for this.
Here we go. Get your pens ready, folks. The number is 877-337-5844. That's 877-337-KVGI. Call and give us your opinion on our live local music. And hey, you never know, you might be right here on the air, just like us. Famous people.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Well, Dr. Drew, we're not going to spin the wheel. We're going to go straight to Katrina Lynn.
We're going to go straight to the countryside.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have her kick off the show and the country music section.
Well, is that time for me then? Because I would sit here and, you know, talk about her bio and all that, but since she's won so many times, I think we've said every word on the bio.
Yeah.
Let's
just make some stuff up.
Pennsylvania. I mean, we're about to. I'm pretty much just going to say that's Katrina Lynn.
Yeah, she's currently a featured astronaut at NASA. Also engineering a new form of biodegradable fuel, working in conjunction with Mobil Exxon.
She just got a Nobel Prize and the recent recipient of a plastic hip.
That is correct. That is Katrina Lynn, and here we go. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X.
That's probably the best X out of all of it. Yeah, I really like the deep X, but I that kick.
Am I gonna shout out for him these shows?
Yes.
I might have to hand it to you.
That's fine. You can do it.
I just
Some country I could die.
Sounds so sexy.
My zipper is up. That's an accomplishment. You know how to line dance?
I'm from Washington State, bro.
I don't really. It's like walking for beginners, right? So it's like 1, 2, side, step, back, 2, side, step. It's literally like toddling.
Actually, we had to take it in PE because it was so foreign.
So foreign.
But you know what's funny about it? Once you get out in the sticks, everybody has that same accent, like they're from the South.
I know.
And they're just in the sticks. It's like, why do you
North
talk
Carolina
like
is
that?
a sign.
And everyone, this is a country, like, it's just, no matter where you are, maybe not Canada.
Yeah, buddy. I feel so country I could die, buddy. Yeehaw, pal. I'm not so buddy, friend. That's not good this week.
That was awesome. Lauren and Allison were listening, they're like, dude, did you just say that? Like, that's
seriously offensive.
Alright, good for a second. I am gonna mention something. I'm gonna mention something about DeMarco, I think, at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because we're like, dude, this is BS.
Mark?
Well, Dr. Drew, she feels so country. What do you think this week that you didn't think last week about Katrina Lynn?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say just because it's right there. It's the one to beat.
Come on,
you know?
people. Katrina Lynn is sitting somewhere in Pennsylvania right now, sitting back with her boots up on a desk saying, look at those Texas country people. They can't beat me.
Right.
They can't touch me.
She should have a target on her, though, for these
and
guys,
you know, she's right. So far, none of our homegrown Texas country music has been able to fare against Katrina Lynn. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try, Dr. Drew.
And it doesn't mean we haven't had any good ones, because we have.
And we have. But people, you know.
You got to get your people into it.
You got to get your people involved. You got to get them voting. You got to get them crushing it. At The Crush KVGI. Also, Facebook.com/The Crush KVGI. All right. Up next, Dr. Drew, on Beat Katrina Lynn, is Blaine Howard. Grew up in South Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah, it's just south of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
South Arkansas, Blaine was highly influenced by the country stylings of Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Vince Gill, Randy Travis.
Vince Gill.
And on the rock side, Leonard Skinner, AC/DC. So, yeah, he's got my vote. Check Blaine Howard out on www.blainehoward.com. Right now, you can check him out right here on KVGIX. This is Crazy by Blaine Howard. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
Yes!
So we're going to go back and forth, right? We're going back and forth.
Damn near burned the town down out of graduation. A black and white front page might fade, but the memory remains. They say she's headed for damnation. Only thing to do around here was talk about salvation. We go anywhere, they stop and stare, but we don't care. They say she's crazy. She's crazy. She can stay crazy. If she's crazy, she'll keep loving me. I never scored the point that won the big game. You won't mistake me for an Ivy League brain, but I got it right one night, that's right. They say she's crazy, maybe she's crazy. She can stay crazy. If she's crazy, she'll keep loving me. Maybe she's crazy as she can be. If my baby's crazy, it's alright with me. Maybe she's crazy. Maybe she's crazy. She can stay crazy if she's crazy. They say she's crazy. Maybe she's crazy. She can stay crazy if she's crazy. She'll keep loving me. She'll keep loving me. Oh, she'll keep loving me. Yeah, she'll keep loving me.
Crazy by Blaine Howard. Cool tune, Dr. Drew. What do you think?
Well, I don't think he's crazy for, giving Katrina Lynn a run for her money there, because
It's not a crazy thought, is it?
It's a well-written song. What I really like about it, it's got the punchy acoustics, and it matches up with the punchy electrics, like right in the beginning, punchy.
Yeah.
And it's got good piano with it. What I really like is the song builds. It kind of takes you on a journey, and that's what a country song is supposed to do, regardless of the lyrics. And coming out of the bridge, which I'm a big fan of bridges, as you know, he comes back to the chorus, but it's soft, He's singing in his head voice.
Yeah.
And then he brings it on full and brings it home. It's
Yeah,
good.
and I had similar notes when I listened to it earlier this week. A good build-up.
You just copied off me.
No, I didn't. You can clearly see this is all my notes for the week. I loved the Wurlitzer in the very beginning, a little soft Wurlitzer that helped it kind of build, and a good smooth pad underneath it. Cool blend between pop and progressive. It kind of, the music portion of it, minus his voice, kind of reminded me a little bit of like a Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl type of vibe. You know what I mean? But an excellent hook, good build up. Look, that's songwriting 101, and he's passed. So it's on to Austin Cobb, the Austin Cobb Band. Oh, wait. Nope. See, I did it again. It's because it highlights the next thing on the screen.
We're going back and forth this one, aren't
That's
we?
right. Keith Owens.
This is a new thing, Keith Owens.
Yeah, Keith
Well,
Owens.
the Keith Owens Band came together in the spring of 2013 with a flurry of high-energy and heart-wrenching country rock fusion songs that are taking DFW by storm.
Ooh, storm.
Well, they are, a little plug for them, they're playing Red's Roadhouse in Kennedale this Sunday, the Patio in Temple on the 19th,
Love the Patio.
Twisted Wrench in Parker Heights on the 21st.
Ooh.
And this is cool, especially for our station, playing for Wish for Our Heroes benefit.
Yep, Wish for Our Heroes.
At TMS.
Texas Motor Speedway.
Wow, on April 10th.
Man.
I would actually go to that one for sure.
And he's stooping so low as to play on our show. My goodness. What has become of Keith Owens?
It's all right.
Well, Keith Owens says, I don't mind. And that's the name of this song. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI X.
She was the first girl I ever loved. I was 19. She was tall, she was smart, she was so good to me. Every time I came home, she'd be waiting right there, wearing nothing but a smile, oh man, bunny and sweet.
I need to like keep it short, please.
I'm trying to chop it. I wish you would have mic'd that acoustic.
What?
I said I wish you would have mic'd that acoustic instead of using that pickup acoustic.
It's a bad
tinny,
tone.
yes, way back in the back, yeah. It needed to be mic'd.
I met her at a weightlifting contest. I don't think I'd want to be with a girl that's stronger than the whiskey I drink. Like strong smelling? Will it kill or smell stronger than the whiskey?
Hello, baby. La female skunk a little, no?
I love how he hops behind it. With the funk behind it. I shouldn't be sitting on that one. I would actually go down. Alright, here we go.
And that is Keith Owens with I Don't Mind. I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it at all.
What'd you think?
Well, the thing is, with Keith, is that his name, Keith? Keith?
Yeah, Keith.
You know, he's not one of those guys that has, like, multiple voices. Like, he has a country voice, in my opinion. Like, he's not one of those guys that's like, well, I tried the rock thing and now I'm going to go country. Like, he definitely has that country voice, which I like. It's got the low and the high.
Yeah,
whenever you say whiskey, you know, I'm sold. I don't know if I've ever had a girl stronger than the whiskey I drink.
Yeah, you drink some pretty top shelf stuff.
Yeah, you know, aged in the barrel, not lifting the barrel.
Yeah, your liver is actively fighting alcohol.
I haven't had a cold in 6 years.
Yeah,
because I keep my organs pickled. Anyway, moving on. God love the fiddle. You know, I'm a sucker for the fiddle.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down too. I wrote down Dr. Drew's gonna love the fiddle.
I do.
You know, it's a good song. It's an interesting song because it's kind of a throwback to something that you don't see a lot of, certainly not in country, where I felt like the hook was a musical hook, where that do-do-do-do-do, that was sort of like the hook to me was that, and what he might call the chorus was more of a pre-chorus. I did feel like maybe they should mic that acoustic guitar because he's definitely, you know, he's got a pickup on his acoustic guitar, and I did you not feel like
I did
that acoustic needed to be brought to the front and made more of a room sound?
Well, you know, and that's not to say that it was a bad acoustic. My dad has a couple really nice Takaminis that are acoustic electric, and if you plug it in direct, it has a horrible tone, but you know, you mic it and have it direct. You can find some
you can do that blend
within it, exactly.
Yeah, and I wish they would have done a little bit of that.
It did. It was a little tinny.
But yeah, I did like the way that the sort of pre-chorus resolved into that musical hook. So a good entry from Keith Owens, and hey, maybe somebody to give a little competition to our young lady of the show, right?
Katrina Wynn.
Katrina Wynn. Next up now is Austin Cobb Band.
There we go.
The Austin Cobb Band. Austin Cobb got its start in the latter part of 2011 with a record called Bedposts and Bar Stools. It says that he inspires to blend country, rock, and blues into an energetic and fun live performance, and beautifully produced studio albums to shed a new light on country music as a genre. Hey, somebody here to reinvent the country music genre. So here it is. This is American Man from the Austin Cobb Band. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
And I was like, wait, I just did that? And I went to do that one, and it didn't let me go low, or I would have burned. How funny would that have been? It's all there. Yeah. I should, KVGI. I should do one of those.
Can you break the alphabet?
Now
just get to X.
Now if you
just get to X right quickly.
If you burp the word excuse me, you have to say anything? Right.
I used to burp a lot of that. Can't do it anymore. No. Gotta have beer.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. You get
We're already 30 minutes into the show.
I know.
And this is like the third song.
No, it's more than that.
It's like the fourth.
This is the fourth song. We're 30 minutes in.
Oh well, including the.
Yeah, that's about right. 4 and 4 is 8.
Well, we also had the very first song that we played.
Oh, that's true. 5. Okay, we're good. This is a good pea song. It's like 17 minutes long.
Dude, there'll be some more beer.
I can go run to the other one. Yes.
You watch your beer drinking.
I only have 2 of your 3s.
Are those 12 ounces?
I used to think that the FL was full. 16 full ounces.
16 full.
Because they used to say that in the commercial. 16 full ounces.
Did they?
Yeah. On like the Schwartz Malt Liquors commercials.
I do remember that.
So I grew up thinking the FLOZ was full ounces. Yeah. I was like, well, what other kind of ounces are there? I think the ounces. What's it called? Pinnacle Studio.
Yeah, I know that. I got it.
17.
Yep, I'm using 16.8 except for 16.5. We have an opportunity for you guys to come in and probably a story for every show. Yeah. Enough that I don't know, an investor has stepped up and said, how much money will it take to get this thing caramelized? Like, what do you mean? You can't like 4 fingers.
This guy has a long silent outro, like of 20 seconds. So
listen and be careful because he's going to come up on it. He'll still say it has drum section left, but just go ahead and take us off mute. Austin Cobb, American Man. What do you think, Dr. Drew, about Austin Cobb Band?
That was American.
It was straight up American.
I mean, talking about, bringing a new country, I mean, they're not reinventing the wagon wheel. Maybe a new swamper tire. But, I'm a sucker for that harmonica, and I like how they were kind of bringing it in on the second verse even more, like a little call and response almost.
Yeah, the things that I wrote down, none of them were about song structure or anything like that. They're spot on their songwriting ability. The couple of things, one was their songs that I had downloaded or that I'd gotten off of the email had a big tail of silence at the end, so that happens a lot when you don't trim up the silence at the beginning and end of your mixes, things like that. Just little things to make your songs a little bit more professional on SoundCloud and Reverb Nation, places like that. Don't have a 20-second long silent tail at the end. The Washburn sounding guitar, I kind of like to hear that. I don't know why I wrote this down. I would like to hear that on. I remember. I would like to hear, they're using a dry electric guitar on there that kind of has that Washburn sound. Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear that either on a mic'd acoustic or a piano, something like that. And then the other part, and you and I both said this when we were listening to it in the studio, was the harmonicas were too far back. I wanted them to be up front.
Yeah,
in the mix.
You don't want to put that in the corner.
Yeah, bring up the 8 to 10K range in the harmonic, and I know why people don't do that, because any woodwind, typically, if you bring it up to in the 8 to 10 to 20K range, is going to interfere with the vocal track.
Right.
So they're pushing it back a little bit because he's got some overlap there, but there is a spot there between 8 and 10 for harmonicas and really any woodwind that you can bump it up and it won't interfere with your vocal track.
There's a comfortable spot there.
Yeah, or put a dynamic compressor or dynamic processor on your vocals so that it doesn't clash, something like that. But yeah, still from the Austin Cobb Band, a really good entry and really a really good song. So American Man from Austin Cobb.
Good lyrics too.
Good lyrics too. Yeah. Next up, and our last entry. Now I want it noted that Dr. Drew made me put this in the country category. I didn't originally rack this in the country category. I had it in the rock category. So Brent and Kate, look, if you're looking for somebody to blame...
Well, I'll say this right here on their own bio. Brent and Kate is a new soul country duo.
All right.
That splits time between two cities. And those consist of College Station and Grapevine. So
yeah,
that's Texas enough for me.
All right, it's country.
I mean, I think this one is the one that has the fiddle in it, doesn't it?
I don't remember. I know it's that smooth duo, sort of male female Simon and Garfunkel thing going on.
That kind of.
I wanted it in rock for some reason.
You have to have it in country.
All right, well,
call me crazy.
Folks, speaking of call him crazy, you can call him at 877-337-KVGI, and you tell us, does this belong in country or in rock?
Yeah, tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, last week I got summarily, I got my butthole handed to me for putting Nisi in the hip-hop R&B category instead of the country category.
They have a fiddle in there.
And, yeah, so, hey, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Either way, this is Brent and Kate. You're gonna miss me. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X.
You played the games, you said everything you knew, what I wanted to hear. You let me fall, and all this time.
Tell me this doesn't sound like Peter Gabriel. Like early Peter Gabriel.
Fuck you. Sledgehammer? Like Genesis Peter Gabriel?
Yes. No.
Paul Simon.
Salisbury Hill Peter Gabriel. This is why I didn't play basketball in high school, aside from the fact that I'm 4'11".
Not really, I'm 5'8".
If it's not Peter Gabriel, who am I thinking of? Remember that thing you did on the 4th of July you told me not to tell anybody about? Even if it is one blowjob, it's still gay. What mic are you on? What mic are you on? Who's it for? Look at the sticker. Are you on 3 or 4? 4.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, Dr. Drew. What do you think about Brent and Kate?
Well,
hang on.
I mean,
thank you.
There we go. You know, right off the bat, a lot of harmonies. I mean, I'm a big fan of harmonies, and they have a great blend together.
They do.
Now, because of the twangy guitar with like, and then at times it had too much effects, and it's really compressed.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me that country vibe, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you see a band in the casino, and they have to turn down because they can't be loud enough, because people are too involved with their games.
Yeah.
And it's this screaming lead that he's playing,
right.
But it's so compressed and in the background because he wants to listen to his game. Good melodies. I mean, I think that's why I really thought almost there was a banjo in there when I was at your house. I mean, I was like, no, this is country.
I did too.
But I didn't hear it this time with the actual ears on.
You know what it was? And I wrote that same thing down. I said, is that a ukulele in my notes? And I said, no, that's a classical guitar. They've set it up with nylon strings.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't have that pronounced sound. It's got the what's the classical setup? 2 metal, 3 nylon?
All nylon, baby.
Are you sure?
No.
No, I think it's...
No,
I think the E and A are steel, right? Yeah, or brass.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's they've got the classical guitar thing going. Yeah, a little bit. But a cool hook. That little major to minor hook that they've got going on, a good melody. And I thought a really good use of pads that made me think of Peter Gabriel circa Salisbury Hill. I know you disagree, but that's who I thought of when I heard it.
I think of Peter Gabriel as a certain kind of rock kind of thing, and
right.
I don't.
You didn't want to inflict
I
that
think
upon
more like
Brent and
maybe
Kate.
like Paul Simon or something.
Yeah, maybe Paul Simon. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Either way, a pretty good lounge act. I think I'd like to see them live.
I would.
I think that would be cool. I mean, if they can maintain that kind of harmony live, which, let's face it,
people love
nowadays, not a lot of people can.
They don't do it.
If they can do that live, I'm sold. We are going to take a quick break to run across the hall and drain our fluids. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X. Maybe he's your neighbor, maybe he's your coworker, but we all know that guy, the one that says, hey, before you buy that new house, talk to me first. I've got a friend in the business.
What's going on right now?
Now it's your turn to have a friend.
Herbert Johnson, followed by Michael McDonald.
Oh, where's the Michael McDonald?
How many minutes? 2, 3? 2. Oh.
You don't have to know anything about it.
So which one is the one that I have to mute?
10?
10.
You just need to call your friend in the business, Herbert Johnson.
Yeah, actually, I thought you guys were still talking, so I was like, oh, I got another 30 seconds. And then I hear you say something, I was like, oh, crap.
Folks, you have a friend in the industry, call Herbert Johnson now, 817-691-8116.
I'm trying to find some wires, because as soon as I can get this mixer plugged in back to the network, you can actually do it from the iPad. I've got to get in there working on 2 other broadcasts that I've got to get in the replay. I don't want to be here 11, 12 o'clock tonight, but I may.
I have to stop listening to that Michael McDonald thing because I get that stupid Katy Perry song in my head.
That's your favorite singer, though.
Oh. For a generation, this talented hack has been singing your favorite.
We should have picked a song where I go lower.
Brings you today's pop.
Because they're wrong. Like up in that one. But I mean, that's what he's kind of known for. Yeah.
Knockoff Productions in cooperation with the 6th District Bankruptcy Court in Palos Verdes, California, brings you Michael McDonald's Fire. He's one step closer to the grave and one step farther from the pitch. But damn it, he's still Michael McDonald. 15 of today's chart-busting hits from your favorite artists.
This is...
It gets progressively worse as it goes, yeah.
Right. Right here.
One day your kids will ask, Mom, Dad, why did you listen to this crap? Instead of fumbling awkwardly for an answer that helps you maintain the illusion of coolness, just fire up that old iPod and let Michael McDonald explain
I like that,
for
the
you.
old iPod. Yeah. What do we have today?
The old iPod.
Oh, exactly. 20 years in the future.
Right.
Michael McDonald's Fire.
Are we up right now? We have something else here?
Just the rejoin.
Oh, fuck, who wrote this shit? You're listening to The Crush. The Crush. On KVGI X. KVGIRadio.com. And now your hosts, Chris Dilworth and Dr. Drew Day.
Dr. Drew and me.
Hey.
We're back. And it is time to move on from the country category. Who can beat Katrina Lynn? That is the question of the evening. But moving on, we had a winner from our next category. Well, we got to figure out which category to do next.
Well, let's figure it out.
How about we spin the musical wheel of justice?
I've been waiting to do that.
All right, saddle on over there and let's spin it.
Rock.
That is the rock category. And Dr. Drew, last week's winner An unexpected winner, I have to say. It was Robin Lore. We had several thumbs up for Robin Lore and several tweets for Robin Lore as well. So Robin Lore's Rocket rocketed to the top of our rock category last week. So we're going to kick off the category with Robin Lore again. Robin Lore, by the way, winner of the 2008 Orange County Music Awards Best Live Female Performer. Grew up in New York, moved to Massachusetts.
New York City.
Hey, MA is Massachusetts, right?
Yes.
Good. I want to make sure it wasn't Maryland or something.
That's MD.
Oh, look at you.
That's the only two I know.
God, that's literally, I hit the only two states you knew the abbreviation for.
AZ.
Moved to Alizé?
AZ.
Arizona.
I know Arizona.
See, I didn't know that one either.
Yeah.
Moved to Maryland in 1992, where she got into a few bands as a drummer. You believe that? Little Phil Collins action going on there.
A female drummer?
Yes, she was a female drummer, just like Phil Collins.
I was going to say, Philippe?
She's recently been seen in Texas, opening for Evan Dando and the Lemonheads. Her newest CD, Fickle Girl, was recorded at True Tones in Nashville.
Nice.
And off of that EP comes Rocket. You're listening to Robin Lore and The Crush on KVGI.
I know your name, but I don't know you. Feels like I walked into a dream.
What am I gotta look that up.
You gotta go look her up.
Oh, aren't I supposed to do a guest spot on your show tomorrow? For those 2 chicks?
Wait a minute. Is that tomorrow?
I think it is.
I thought it was a caller. Maybe. A surprise entry.
I'll get back to you in a minute on that. I have to go look up emails.
But
They're big fans, so we gotta talk about
that's not the next one.
it. It's like, no,
You're taking them.
yes. So they're having a Twitter party for the Crush after 9 o'clock.
That sounds kinky. You know the difference between kinky and perverted, don't you?
No.
Kinky you use a feather. Perverted you use the whole chicken.
Don't say that.
But for some reason, yes,
I
it is
literally
tomorrow.
have nothing to write now. That's like
It's off tomorrow. For
Remember
some
that she was
reason.
the Stone Temple Pilots mix. Stone STP feel with. In fact, I wrote shit down for. You want some of my notes?
Yeah, so Maytal Colin, you gotta go look her up. She's
That is tomorrow, though, right?
Yeah, Heartland Ray. Yeah.
Heartland Ray.
Yeah, I gotta actually contact them here in just a little bit and make sure we're still good for tomorrow. It's 1 to 2 p.m. Special hour.
1 to 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she is Maytal Colin is a heavy metal drummer, but she cover bands drums for a lot of different bands and a lot of other music. But I think you'd like it. I've been following her for quite a
Still got
while.
another minute.
Oh, I've been following her for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's two chicks, right?
No, well, this is for Heartland Ray.
But only one of them's coming in.
No, they're not coming in. You're going to
Oh,
be on the phone.
that girl.
Yeah, that girl is a drummer. I think you guys would like a lot of her stuff. I've been meaning to tell you about her. I've been watching her for quite a while.
Now I'm sure you walk to my dreams. All these things are not what they seem. My world got brighter, so did I. When you blew your rocket up to
Even daylight says they got their people listening.
What's the name of this song?
Rocket.
I'm not gonna say that.
I know that laugh. All right, here we go. 10 seconds.
Robin Lore, Rocket. The winner from last week's Crush It or Flush It in the Rock category. Dr. Drew, you weren't here for it then. What do you think about it now?
Well, at first, it took me a while to write anything down because it's a little sullen, a little melancholy action going on.
Yeah.
A little slow. But then, Chris, all of a sudden, these oohs came in. Multiple oohs.
You do love the
And
oohs.
the clouds part. And, to me, it's the pre-chorus, bringing it to a final chorus of Flew Your Rocket. But
it's like a Virginia Woolf painting.
But then all of a sudden it goes...
O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Which one is the one that paints flowers that look like vaginas? Virginia O'Keefe?
O'Keefe.
Yeah. All right, anyway. I was trying to be smart, looking over at Mark like he knows.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He's on his phone. So...
Georgia O'Keefe, thank you.
Thank you. But, and then all of a sudden the clouds come back. And that's cool because it still takes you on a journey. So it's a well-written song.
Yeah, I'm going to use the notes that I used last week because I don't think anything different. It's has an STP / Alice in Chains vibe with a little Alanis Morissette mixed in.
Yeah.
And the thing that I said about Robin Lore last week, and I stick to it this week, is when you have a good vibe, even if you're a good vocalist, Robin Lore is smart enough not to interrupt a good vibe with too many vocals. She sprinkles those vocals in and uses her vocal ability as another instrument, contributing to the vibe instead of subtracting from it or distracting us from it, right?
See.
So, like you said, I wrote down the exact same thing. Nice vocal pads. Female vocalists, get on board with vocal pads because the female vocal cord is a hell of an instrument.
Female pads.
Yeah. Easy.
What?
And it's a free instrument in the studio, so use those vocal pads. The only if you even want to call it a criticism, her music's more popular than mine. But I did say, how about some one-hit harmonies during the verses, just as a couple little accents here and there, kind of like what's his name from Alice in Chains used to do,
Lane
Staley. Yeah. Every once in a while, just to sprinkle in a little harmony, faded in, faded out real
Jerry
quick.
had a very strange kind of harmonies together. They
And an
used
odd relationship.
Fifths, sixth, seven. I mean, weird.
And yeah, they would do a lot of Dutch rudder as well.
No, they didn't. Actually, exactly nothing like that.
That's a personal affront to you, isn't it?
I'm from Seattle, dude.
I know.
Don't talk about
Okay.
Alice in
All right,
Chains.
easy. Just a joke. Next up, competing with Robin Lore in our rock category, is a band called Woody's Rampage. What do you got on? Wait. See, you. I told you, don't let me do that.
Oh yeah,
Look.
let's go back to the winner.
See, look at this. Don't let me forget. Robin Lore, unfortunately, she can't hear us right now because she's playing at Adair's on Commerce Street and Deep Ellum. She plays there every Thursday night from 7 to 9. Go out and support our winner, Robin Laura. Also, she plays at Shaw's Patio in Fort Worth this Friday from 7:30 to 9:30. Go out and check out Robin Laura live and in person. And now...
And a 2-hour set.
A 2-hour set, yeah.
Wow.
How about that? On the patio. I'm not...
We're moving to Woody's Rampage.
Woody's Rampage. I couldn't hear what you were saying. So.
I mouthed something.
Yeah.
Woody's Rampage is a 3-piece band currently based out of Denton, Texas.
Woo.
Whether it's bringing music to the world's largest casino or
Hey, Dr.
rocking
Drew?
the festivals.
Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
We're out of Denton, Texas, too.
Wait, are we?
We are.
We are. Wow. Woody's Rampage rocks, grooves, and soothes with some of the best guitar-driven rock and roll around.
Dr. Drew.
Well,
Dr. Drew.
Stop interrupting me.
Doc.
Yes.
We're in Denton also.
Are we live?
Yeah.
We're in Frisco.
Right now,
Are you talking
but
about
you
Denton
and
County?
you and I are out of Denton, yes.
Okay.
Denton ISD, Denton County.
Well, it all depends, because, like, when I first came
That's how
here,
you look at it.
people said, like if I went to the bar and I was hitting on chicks, they said, don't say you're from Little Elm. Just say you're from, like, either Frisco or Denton.
Well, the cool thing in local music right now is not to tell people that you're in a Dallas local band.
Right.
I'm in Denton, baby.
Yeah.
Because that's UNT area. That's Denton. Denton is where the music is now. Denton, Austin.
Right.
So.
Well, this is Woody's Rampage. I
Dr.
don't
Drew.
know.
Dr. Drew.
You know
Dr.
what?
Drew.
I don't know. I mean, help me out here. Are they... I don't know if they're big, like, Toy Story fans with the whole Woody's Rampage.
I knew you were going to say
Time
that.
I looked at it, I thought of, like, a raging hard-on. You know what I mean?
I can count on you to be completely inappropriate about it, but I did think...
I haven't even said fuck the whole show.
What if they thought... Wouldn't it be cool to have there's 4 Toy Story movies. Wouldn't there be a really cool twist on the whole saga if Woody just got reprogrammed as a toy and just went on a total killing spree like Chucky?
Well, believe it or not, his character was written as very negative and kind of a jerk. And they scrapped it and turned him into the lovable one.
Chucky?
Woody.
Oh, Woody. Yeah, I was about to say, he was rather negative. I seem to remember him killing several people.
But some people love him, too.
On to Woody's
Woody's Rampage.
Woody's Rampage. The song is One Mo. This is Woody's Rampage. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. X.
The clavinet. There's that hum again. It wasn't there for a long time.
I'm not touching anything. That's why it's all getting dismantled.
You know what it is? I'm just so excited to die.
I know, Dr. Drew. You bring up the Hollies.
Somebody was a jazz drummer.
Yeah.
That push feel. Do I have Awaiting Daylight? Uh-oh. Key change.
That descent, I don't know if it's Black Sabbath. I don't know who it is.
It does sound a little.
It's this weird Lenny Kravitz thing.
I think you were right. What's it like a little Geezer Butler?
Yeah.
Walk down.
But no, the ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
that was nuts.
Listen to this pattern. There's a lot of 70s themes going on.
Yeah.
Late 60s, early 70s, very trippy. I like that. Do the record jammed on the groove.
Steve Miller Band.
I was about to say it's Steve Miller or Styx.
No. Triumph.
Triumph, maybe. No, but Steve Miller has a song that does this sort of stuff.
So is Joe Walsh.
And Joe Walsh, yes.
Rocky Mountain Way.
All right, take us up.
And that is One Mo from Woody's Rampage.
I'd like to hear One Mo from
I
them.
would too, man. Are you kidding?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a big Stevie Wonder fan, and right off the bat, the first thing you hear is the clavinet.
Yes.
And I'm big on the clavinet. I wrote a few tunes with that.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's like he's got a great voice, you know? It almost sounded like it was through a megaphone. You know, the type of effect that he has, it's kind of in the background, and it's got that hollowy kind of thing. The stops are a little artsy and maybe cool for musicians when they're coming down that descent, and then they do the bump, bump, bump. I think it's too much for, you know, a normal person. I know a buddy living down here in Dallas that if he was dancing to that, he might fall over at that point. But then they give us a key change.
I did like the key change.
And then all of a sudden, these crazy tones come out like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine or Audio Slave.
Yeah.
And at first I thought, oh, the guitar is like on a, you know, this new pedal. And then I'm like, wait, is that the keys doing that?
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. You and I both had the same sort of reaction to it, listening to it in the studio.
That's why I get to go first.
Yeah, we both said the Hollies. It sounded an awful lot like Graham Nash from Long Cool Woman in a Long Black Dress, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a, I don't know.
Yeah, Woody's Rampage, if you don't know who the hell we're talking about, if you're too young to know who the Hollies are, go check them out on YouTube. You might be shocked to find you're looking in a bizarre time warp type mirror.
I don't think they're that young. I mean, it's the musicianship in the band.
You're right.
Either
they've got to
they're young
be,
and they like older Stevie Wonder and Zeppelin, and
yeah,
they've got
because
good musical taste.
And the other thing, you know,
they've been around.
We hit on this last. It wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. Remember we had the band Pantomime on, and they had that song called Hush, and they had that '90s weird MIDI effect going on. And we didn't rip on them, but we did kind of do a diatribe about how bringing back '90s effects might not have been appropriate at this point in pop music.
The pads.
The pads that were kind of. It was like
Casio.
And I wrote down on here, there's a fine line between retro and old. And sometimes all it takes is, because those clavs, that is a retro sound.
Definitely.
But they're doing it the right way. They left it completely dry, brought it straight up to the front, as opposed to having it as a pad
in the back
over which the vocals go. They're using it as a lead instrument. Not just that, but that the saw lead that they're playing. That's what you're talking about. That pad that's a saw lead.
Mm-hmm.
And they're bringing it straight out front. They're not putting any reverb on it. They're not giving it the 90s treatment or the 60s or 70s treatment. So it doesn't sound like a 60s or 70s instrument. It's all new again.
Right.
So that's the way to do it, Pantomime. If you happen to be listening, you're probably not, because you're pissed off that we said your effects were too 90s for us. But I liked Woody's Rampage. I thought the key change was really cool. And again, another musical hook. I love musical hooks. And I thought that song had a cool musical hook. Okay, moving on to our next entry in the rock category. I have been awaiting this entry for 2 or 3 weeks now. When I first reached out to these guys, Awaiting Daylight.
You reached out?
Guess what? I already hate one thing about Awaiting Daylight.
You didn't get a bio.
No, I've got the bio. What is it that I hate about Awaiting Daylight?
Their name.
I hate their name.
Because
and why?
It's a good name and you didn't think of it?
You got it. I have band name envy. It's a real syndrome. Go look it up. I hate when other bands have better band names than I ever thought of, and Awaiting Daylight is a really good band name.
You know what I have? I have that disease where you think your phone's vibrating in your pocket, but it's not.
That's not a disease. That actually happens to me all the time. That's called phantom phone syndrome. I have that too.
Oh.
I'll just be sitting there and go, oh, fuck, my phone's going off, and it's in the other room.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It's just your hip, because we're getting older.
Ugh, man, it's really weird. Anyway, Awaiting Daylight is a band that was formed just recently in late 2014, if you can believe it. And they said they list some of their influences / like-minded artists as Shinedown, Seether, whom you played with on tour,
Sure have.
Circa, Survive, and Trapped. Looking to release their latest debut EP. Their EP debut in April of 2015. I can tell you right now, it's already dropped, and I really like it. Not to give anything away, but this is Kiss by Judas from Awaiting Daylight. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI. Kiss by Judas. That is Awaiting Daylight. Ooh, intense. Dr. Drew, what do you say?
Well, it's funny. They said they were good fans of Trapped, and heavy and punchy right off the bat. And it did remind me of Trapped, how they're kind of drum heavy with those stops and hits. I like that. I definitely like that. In my opinion, some of the harmony choices were kind of weird. And at first you're like, oh, that's not right. But listening to it, I mean, to me, it's like, well, maybe you should have went minor over the major or vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she hit it. Like, she sang the note she wanted to hit.
Yeah.
She did a good job of it. But it's kind of one of those where you don't quite know if it works, but it does, kind of.
It depends on which ear you're listening with. If you're listening from the pop listener ear, it may go one way. If you're listening from a musician's ear, you and I both thought the same thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool.
That is a tough harmony to hit, and it took us a couple of times where we're sitting there listening in the studio 2 nights ago, and I was like, is she hitting that harmony?
Where's she going there?
And then we listened to it again, and I'm like, that's straight in key.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird harmony.
They blend together.
Yeah, absolutely. But she's hitting it.
She is.
So your suggestion, I think, is more if you're looking to sort of break, because we do this a lot on our show where we say there's good musicians' music,
right,
and then there's good pop music,
yeah,
right. So pop music, you're going to have to dumb some of those harmonies down for some of the idiots that listen to pop/metal/pop rock type of music.
If you want to sell,
absolutely, because your hook is there, Awaiting Daylight.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to go to this, the guitar solo and harmony, not a lot of that anymore.
Not a lot of people are doing that
and
anymore.
I love that.
That's a throwback to Dimebag, isn't it?
From Dimebag to the Allman Brothers. I mean, I love guitar solos in harmony.
Solos in harmony. But yeah, and look, I don't, this is a young band. They're just starting out.
Talented, really good.
Very talented. And I'll tell you what, you know how we always say, it's, we laugh when we say this, but it is the truth. Sometimes the best songs that you write are the songs that you write in 15 minutes.
They just come out of you. Bands
that have been together for 6 years before they write their first hit, sometimes it's like, it's a labor for them to get that first hit out. Bands like this that have only been together for a few months and are already putting together polished EP-sounding songs, that's the same sort of situation as those songs that you write in 15 minutes where you're like, you know what? We've got something. We're going to capitalize on it right now. And Awaiting Daylight kind of has that vibe to me. Now, I would say this about their studio. Here comes, I'm going to put on my producer hat.
Here
Ready?
it comes.
Here we go. Where's my producer hat? Oh, there it is.
It's right there. It's the brown one.
Ooh, God, that feels good on my head. It was getting cold in here. I'm putting on my producer hat and just saying this. And I said the same thing about Solace when we played them. The excellent producer of Evanescence post 2010, Nick Raskulinez, does a really good job of using Amy Lee's voice. When you have a female rock vocalist, using that female rock vocalist voice to lay down pads, not just harmonies, but pads, use it all over the place. Again, like we talked about with Robin Lohr, it's a free instrument, and she's got a beautiful voice. I mean, that is a killer voice. The other thing that I would say, a little bit of studio magic, is to take that vocal track, duplicate it, drop it down, offset it by about 0.1 milliseconds, pan it hard left and hard right to give it a little bit more of a stereo feel. I mean, again, this is nitpicking.
Well, it's nitpicking now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is nitpicking, but I mean, we got to have something to talk about. Everything else about that song, to me, was spot on. I could listen to that song a dozen times and not get tired of it, and I'll bet you if I listen to the rest of that album, and I have heard a couple other songs off of Awaiting Daylight's album, I wouldn't get tired of those either. So just a couple of little studio tricks. I didn't write anything else down. The only other thing I said was just a little bit about the guitar, the room feel of the guitar, and whether or not you're doing a full-on room mic on the guitar, if you're just miking a straight-up cab, or if you're doing a split to a Sans amp and trying to warm it up a little bit so you don't get so much of the room involved in the guitar. But again, this is nitpicking. That's a really good release from Awaiting
another
Daylight.
thing too is you're not gonna hear it like we just heard it, because that definitely is her doing her harmonies.
Oh yeah,
so
no doubt
it's not gonna quite be the same live.
No, not live,
because it's amazing how she was able to
not live, but
match her melodies and do a good harmony.
But we said the same thing about Solace when we were talking about making the leap from a live show. From a live artist to a studio artist. Once you make the investment to go into the studio, you are a recording artist, and you have to get over the idea that your live shows are going to sound the same as your studio production. It's not going to anymore.
You can't recreate that.
You can't. So put forth your best studio creation, and then, do a live version of your studio creation. So I'm not worried about that with Awaiting Daylight. I'd like to see them live and just to see how well that sound holds up, because I bet that's a really full, especially with those drums, that's a really full hard rock sound.
She
live.
does it effortlessly too.
Yeah.
It's not hard for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And good singers can do that.
So a good entry. Did we spend too long on Awaiting Daylight?
I think we did, but we liked it.
Hey, you know what? It's our show.
We can if we want to.
If you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
Suck it.
And if you'd like to tell us that you don't like it, again, our number 877-377-KVGI. Hit us up on Twitter at The Crush KVGI. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/KVG. What did I say? The Crush KVGI.
Yeah.
/The Crush KVGI. Time to move on from Awaiting Daylight and get involved with the Rogue Locusts. I can't be reading it right.
Yeah, it's almost a tongue twister for a second.
There's no way that two bands in a row have given me band name envy on the same show.
Locusts.
Rogue Locusts.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, write it down in my journal of names that I didn't think of. What do you got for me on Rogue Locusts?
Well, the first thing, and I had to say this part, Blake Wharton.
Yep.
He is the lead guy, lead vocal, and more than just your typical man from Pilot Point, Texas, with a head of hair that makes women and men jealous alike. It's like
that's me,
Austin Powers. I mean, women want to be with him, men want to be him.
That's
at
right.
this point.
You would like to be with him.
Well, not me, but this band is recording with Grammy Award-winning producer Trey Nagella. I don't know if I said that right.
You're kidding.
At Luminous Sound in Dallas. So that's pretty exciting for these guys.
Incredible. All right, the song is Beautifully Naive. The artist, Rogue Locusts. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI.
X.
She lives like a childhood memory. And though we'll walk away from here to there, she's in a world of her own, without a care, without a want or need to be. It's beautifully naive, to love, to live, to breathe, to dwell among your dreams despite the bitter part of me. Beautifully naive, what is it all without peace? This hope should never cease, blissfully at peace, this beautifully naive. Beautifully naive she is, beautifully deceived she lives, like when water runs to fall. At least one among us here can see the fullness of simplicity. At least there's some here after all. Beautifully naive, to love, to live, to breathe, to dwell among your dreams despite the bitter part of me. Beautifully naive.
Naive. That is the Rogue Locusts. Little folk rock for you, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Give it to me straight.
Well, I'm going to give it to you straight because that was not the sound I was expecting from the name Rogue Locust. To me, I think they should change it to Tame Cicada. Now, I'll tell you what, I love this kind of music. I'm a sucker for this because I'm an acoustic writer.
Yep.
And it's right up my alley. There's just something awesome about the simpleness, the acoustic vocals, shaker, soft percussion, and then they kind of pick it up a little bit towards the end.
I could have done without the drums, quite honestly.
Yeah, and it wasn't the best sounding, or I don't know if they were exactly in time with it. But
it sounded like DAW drums. It might have been a bit of an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But great voice, able to
very
go
cool.
into his falsetto.
I mean, they've got a full-on drummer and everything. I mean, to be able to back off it and do a sort of a folksy sort of acoustic song like that is really cool. I love the way they mic those acoustic guitars. I'm still a big fan of that. And a good entry by Rogue Locust. Let's see how they compete with our winner from last week, Robin Lore. Moving on to our next, boy, we are rock heavy this week. To our next artist. Well, we're taking it back to the top, Dr. Drew. Taking it back to our opening act, which was Atomic Shift. Atomic Shift says that, look at this paper I got here in front of my face. Says they've shared the stage with several national acts such as Fuel, Puddle of Mud, All American Rejects, Seven Dust, Saliva, and Candlebox. They've got stuff available on iTunes. They've worked together on projects with even corporate gigs like Pepsi and Taco Bell, Universal Studios, CBS Records, and many, many more. And by the way, if you like Atomic Shift, check them out. They're going to be playing the Boiler Room very soon with Ashes of Eagles, Red Line, and the Vehicles. Man, I really dig this song. It's called Suffocate. It's Atomic Shift. You're listening to The Crush on KVGI X. Suffocate from Atomic Shift. Ooh, man, I think I might have to make a little adjustment here. I kind of enjoyed that.
They got heavy there for a second, didn't they?
I know that it's walking the line between
it is
hard rock and heavy metal, but
and like parts of the singer's voice to me was like, okay, the kind of a collective soul kind of vibe for a second,
yeah,
and then he seemed to get heavier. And
great scream. You like a good scream.
I do like a good scream, and then again, I heard some harmony and some guitar solos.
Yeah,
and you gotta love it.
And kind of different from what we heard in the opening act, right? I mean, the opening act was more of a pop rock type of tune.
Yeah.
A pop hard rock, if you can say that.
Well, pop is, like, you know, people don't like the word pop,
but it's vacuous.
Popular.
Yeah, it's a vacuous term.
Well, I don't think most people listening to the show know what that means.
Vacuous means all encompassing. It means it means lots of things. Vacuous, you cock. But yeah, Suffocate from Atomic Shift. I really liked it. I didn't have a whole lot of notes. I wrote down Ugly Kid Joe mixed with Piston.
Oh,
if anybody remembers Piston. And then my other note was swell voice. Great mix. Those were my two comments. I mean, the less comments I write down, usually the better the song is, because I'm just sitting there spacing out going, yeah, this is cool. Speaking of
If you're a man between the ages of 30 and 90, listen carefully to this limited offer. Erectile dysfunction and hair loss impact nearly 100% of men after the age of 30. If you are like many men around the world, you simply cannot accept God's twisted design. So you're probably enduring a daily hassle of hair growth medicines and dick pills. Here at Viagra, we say no more. Just one dose of Viagra per day is all you need to fight the searing ravages of time. Simply add one Viagra to your daily regimen before breakfast for serious hair regrowth and a healthy boner that will keep her attention for minutes on end. Say goodbye to long, lonely nights spent avoiding the woman that grew around what was once your beautiful wife. Viagra will give you the confidence to split that estate, kick her to the curb, and find someone much too young for you. Do not eat or drink while taking Viagra. Sleeping while taking Viagra caused mild to moderate ear bloating in clinical trials. Some penile diarrhea may occur. Excessive pubic hair growth and scalp urination was reported in less than 30% of trial participants. Other side effects were mild to moderate and include vomiting, elephantitis, progeria, adult-onset diabetes, night blindness, day blindness, hysterical flatulence, and upset stomach. Viagra. One pill, two solutions. You're listening to The Crush. The Crush. On KVGI. KVGIRadio.com. And now your hosts, Chris Dilworth and Dr. Drew Day.
In my lifetime, so I'ma go ahead and spend $100 grand. I'ma do it for the haters doing wrong, cause I was lost back then, but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Cause I was lost back then, but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. 100 bands in my pocket now. Yeah. going through the struggle now. Oh yeah. And I'm rapping now and I'm killing them. Oh yeah. And if you got a problem, get rid of it, yeah. Made for the shit and I'm gone and I'm making it sense. If you niggas don't know it, said you the best but you won't even show it. Oh, you got money, you won't even blow it, Got my team on the road. If you coming fuck with us, then we gon' make you play your role, oh yeah. I got the baddest bitches in town, and you know it's about to go down. I've been stacking money to the ceiling. Stay like this and we gon' make a million. I've had a lot of problems in my lifetime, so I'ma go ahead and spend 100 grand. I'ma do it for the haters doing wrong, cause I was lost back then but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Cause I was lost back then but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Thought I changed, you must think again. I'm just doing me, boy, I'm still the same. Believe that our approach is changing the game. Yeah, oh yeah. Tour sold out, officially blowing up now. I don't even know how, just look at me now. Feeling on top of the clouds, money just rolling down. Look how I'm living, I'm working a million, I'm getting the venues. Let me know when, girl, I can get you so we can go down to my crib. Champagne we can pour and sip. Hope that your boyfriend don't trip. Yeah. Hope that your boyfriend don't trip. Hope that your boyfriend don't trip. Hope that your boyfriend don't trip. I got the baddest bitches in town, and you know it's about to go down. I've been stacking money to the ceiling. Stay like this and we gon' make a million. I've had a lot of problems in my lifetime, so I'ma go ahead and spend 100 grand. I'ma do it for the haters doing wrong, cause I was lost back then but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Cause I was lost back then but now I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I'm coming home.
This shit is awesome. Everything I do for my side. It's no problem. Don't give a fuck, put everything down on the line. Yeah, I'm all in. Can even go ask your dentist about me, bitch, I'm flossing. Hell yeah, hope I'm ballin'. Can even go ask about that. All these bad hoes call me. I don't know what to do with it. All these paper ballin'. And this shit is awesome. Been talking about this game too much. I turn into a monster. I don't care if I got a problem. I'ma do this till I'm in my.
But I never stop grinding, ho, I'm in the 360. Me and that squad, my niggas ain't feeling. Y'all talk about weed, my niggas smoke plenty. Can't forget about face, I'm seeing too many, so I hope that I connect. He knock 'em off 50, get toe up under the lights of the city. Take no mercy, have no pity. Swaggin' like many, mine stay gritty. Attitude ill, get twisted on liquor, Mary Jane and pills. Believe niggas live on my side for real. If I start swag surfing, you niggas grow gills. Want a problem, I bring you drama like it's grills. All white packs, counterfeit bills. About that life, if you watch me on film, guarantee my life. I give you the chills, gotta make it to the top. All I need is will, in the land where anybody can get killed. Better make sure your lips is sealed. Tell the earth better alert, this not a drill. New era I am, yeah we here. Fuck system, I'm put it in the wheelchair. 300 years from now, we'll still be here. Nigga, and we still, if it ever come to it, you got it, I don't, you coming up off it.
Everything I do for my side. It's no problem.
chickens, some denim. Ride around with my niggas, yeah, we VIP in the building. Paper stacks to the ceiling. Niggas hate, but I'm chillin'. Cause if them boys step out of line, bet you I'ma load up that semen. Hold up, nigga, what you mad for? It ain't my fault, you still broke. You ain't got no whip, no drink, no dro. My nigga, what you still alive for? Pull up front with them things out. Double cup, know I'm talking about. My camp gone off that purple stuff. We bout to shut this club down. I'm flossing, no dentist. Brace yourself, cause this it. I ball so hard like it's the fourth quarter or the ninth inning. My team winning. Smoke, let them know that it's a new day. This new era, don't get better. As I pour another ace in this mud strike. Fall back and let the hook tell them. Yep.
Everything I do from my side. There's no problem. Put everything down on the line. Yeah, I'm all in. Ain't no action, then it's about me, bitch, I'm bossing. You get home, I'm ballin'. Even though I spout, all these bad hoes callin'. I don't know what to do. All these people ballin'. And this shit is awesome. Been talking about this game too long. I turn into a monster. Don't care if I got a problem. I'ma do this till I'm in my confidence.
It's the main event with the main feature. Flipping and dipping, 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 flipping and dipping.
I'm flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping on these city streets. Where it be? From the view to the triple D. Underground, on the creek, he right beside me. You wanna try me? The triple D is where you find me. I'm flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping on these city streets. Where it be? From the view to the triple D. Underground, on the creek, he right beside me. You wanna try me? The triple D is where you find me. I'ma pop it off. I know y'all wanna ball. Pay attention, it's a lot of shit going on. They wanna quarantine my city. FEMA camp for the poor folks. Man, that show is shit and white supremacy ain't no joke. Boy, you think you matter? You ain't no factor. Nah, you ain't gon' get away. They taxing athletes and actors. Ain't no corporate ladder to climb. That was true once upon a rhyme. You better ask Dr. Phil Valentine. They kill niggas in real time. I'm flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping on these city streets. Where it be? From the view to the triple D. Underground, on the creek, you right beside me. You wanna try me? The triple D is where you find me. I'm flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping on these city streets. Where it be? From the view to the triple D. Underground, on the creek, he right beside me. You wanna try me? The triple D is where you find me.
I'm flipping and dipping and getting it in. Most real niggas are dead in the pen. It seems like chasing papers a sin. Money in my mind more than breathing oxygen. Fuck this shit, man, I got to win. Stay on my toes, stay on my no nigga. Don't get caught slipping and open for real. Cause all them goons over there straight killer. Potassium up with banana clipper. From Red Bird to Mario Smith. Talk down to 48 this bitch. Nobody know nothing, nobody say shit. Just about the body decomposing. Anything, same rule goes on the north side. From the south side to the west side. And Pleasant Grove against your mouth wide. Your mouth can really get tongue tied. I'm flipping and dipping.
Everyone's wild, check out see how the guys are doing.
From the view to
No, let's see what
the
you're doing.
underground, on the creek,
Actually,
Remember
no.
how our ratings stood up against the
No, seriously, they're eight because we got a lot of people listening to the game.
Huh?
We got a lot of people listening to the game.
Just one more. It's the one we're fucking.
Oh, is it?
On the creek, right beside me. You wanna try me? The Triple D is where you find me. Triple D is where you find me. Triple D is where you find me.
Stay ready, flippin' and dippin'. Dr. Drew, what do you think about flippin' and dippin'? What images does that conjure up?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know my mind. I'm thinking about flipping it over and dipping, but I mean, I don't think he's talking about flipping burgers and dipping corn dogs.
Probably not.
And probably not flipping houses and having to dip into his pockets.
Yeah, I got that.
I don't really want to say what I pretty much know it is, because I'm down with it, sick, not bugging.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it was solid.
It was solid. And look, nice bass pads. The engineer did a good job of making room for those kicks inside of the bass pad right there at the 600 range. Using the, I did say a nice job of using the reverb to push that crystalline pad to the background. That's good stuff. So, and a good highlight pad in there too. The doo 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 doo.
Keeps you going.
Yeah, good stuff.
Keeps
So,
you on your toes.
a good entry from our man, Mr. Stay Ready. But boy, I don't know if he can compete with what we've got up next. It's the Mentures. The song is crazy. Well, let's just let it roll.
Is this them?
This is the one, yeah. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Mentures on the Crush. KVGI.
X?
Yes, X. This is a quick out. Yes, there we go. I'm going to do it.
I just can't stop thinking about you.
It's like
yes, I'm going crazy.
Going crazy for you.
I'm going to your side. Your love that I like, girl, I'm crazy for you.
Wait till the rap starts.
You're one of the kind that I ever find. Girl, I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you.
When I met you first time, I'm out to you. I'm getting crazy for you now. I can't lie. You hold me up, I hold you down. We're never gonna be apart together all the time. I spend it like nothing cause my love is pure.
My goodness. Straight out of India, Bombay.
Are they from Bombay?
The Menures didn't last very long in our hip-hop category, did they, Dr. Drew? But we did a simultaneous preemptive flush.
That was Together Us.
On the Mentures. Look, it's the old adage, do what you do well and stick to it. Fix my iPhone. Don't rap to me. That's all I have to say about the Mentures.
Well, it's weird because I look at it like a lot of music coming from Mexico or India in certain places, they kind of stick to that same music they've been doing forever. So this could be freaking breakthrough maybe in his area. Although, like Bollywood, they've had lots of pop and huge things, but this song, I don't know. I just
You are not a real doctor, sir.
No, I am not.
No, you are not.
No, and
You are not a real doctor, and I am not a real hip-hop artist.
no, it just didn't seem real to us, but it wasn't a joke though, right? That's real.
Oh, that was real.
Yeah.
That's as real as it gets.
Yeah. And it's really going down the toilet for us.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What just happened? Oh, I can't hear the channel. And that is all we have for the evening, Dr. Drew. It's time to say adieu. How do you say goodbye in India? Goodbye.
Goodbye. I don't think so.
You've been listening to The Crush, unfortunately, on KVGI-X. If you missed any part of tonight's show, you can tune in on weekdays. Monday, I believe you can tune in, 7 to 9, on the X to hear The Crush re-rack again. Please remember to follow us on Twitter.
Dude, easy. Goodbye-bye.
Goodbye. No, please remember to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Crush KVGI. Contact us on Twitter @The Crush KVGI. Also remember, if you have any family members, friends, or neighbors that have served our country in any branch of the armed forces, make sure they tune in to the KVGI flagship station for quality programming made for veterans, by veterans. Major Andrew White hosts Kilroy's Conversation Thursdays 2 to 4. Is that still 2 to 4, Mark, on Thursdays? Yes. Retired Major Raymond L. Jones hosts Suds and Duds. That's no longer Wednesdays at 1. That's at 7 a.m. or something like that now, right? Which day?
On Wednesdays.
Wednesday at 7 a.m.
On KVGI-X.
On KVGI-X. Oh, that's on the X channel with us. He must be Dirty Boy. Join us again next Friday for more fun. For Dr. Drew Day, I'm Chris Dilworth, reminding you to keep the rubber side down and the middle fingers way up. Good night, Crush Kitties.
So it's this part and then one more. So, two things. Next week I'll probably have you say a few more things. I'll send it to you Monday or Tuesday.
Do what?
Oh, shit. I said I'll send you Monday and Tuesday for some things for you to add to that next week. Some of the new lineups.
Yes.
And we are going to be working in a relationship. I don't know where we're at this point, but with the Dallas Morning News. So I'm going to start plugging in the Crush as one of our flagships for that. But the Miss Frisco, Texas is officially coming on my show as a segment, Mark on the Move, and it's going to be brought to you by the Dallas Morning News, and we're looking for funding from them at this point. That's the next step. So that's one. Number two, Katrina Lynn just got the call after having a conversation with the editor of the Mount Pleasant Journal newspaper, and they have now decided that after the phone call with me, they will have her on the front page of the magazine.
No way. That's awesome.
She says, "You guys have given me a lot of exposure, and I cannot say enough words. I can plug you into in more ways than one. I have been passing it along like crazy. Everyone I meet, LOL, thanks for giving it a statement too. I hope more people around here tune in when they read this. You guys are awesome, and it's because of you I'm moving to the next level. Thank you."
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Good. I'm glad we can make dreams come true for others that we couldn't make come true for ourselves.
But you are making dreams come true.
For
You're here.
Yeah.
You're here. This is your dream.
Oh, this is our dream. Oh,
Did you wake up?
Yeah, no, this is when you wake up from the dream. You realize you're
What,
40.
we're just DJs?
You're helping other people do what you couldn't do. Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to see 40-year-olds up on the stage.
We see 60, 70 years all the time.
Yeah.
So 40s are a problem, but when you get to your 60s and 70s, you